Have you been wanting to get into Mesozoic Rivalry but have no idea where to start? Well, this is the video for you. Now, today we're going to be discussing everything that you need to know as a beginner on how to get started on Mesozoic Rivalry. Now, this game is obviously very similar to actually other Roblox games that focus on other things. Now, Mesozoic Rivalry is basically like Anime Battlegrounds, but instead, dinosaurs, obviously. Now, there are many different aspects that are similar to those types of games, and we're going to be covering all three platforms that you're able to play on, which are PC, console, and mobile, and I will divide them up into chapters for you guys to enjoy. But first off, we're going to get started with the PC version. Now, with the PC version, things are pretty simple. Now, obviously, normal attack is just click, and there are three attacks. Attack 1, Attack 2, and Attack 3. Now, that is your bread and butter, and that will be applied to every single species, but you also have Sprint, where you hit left shift to run, and there is a certain amount of stamina with the yellow bar indicating your stamina and then the green bar indicating your health. Now, the middle bar is actually something we'll get into later. There are other inputs that you obviously need to know. As attack, there's also defense, and for that, I'll press F on that. Now, this shield is actually something that is able to recharge, and it takes time. As you see, I used it, and here it is taking time. Now, if I don't have any shield bar to use, then I'm actually not going to be able to do anything. Now, some things are able to go past shields of the other animals' attacks, just so you guys know. Now, another aspect is there's actually a dash button. Now, dash is actually Q, and you can dash forward, backward, sideways, any direction you wish. And a dash actually allows you to attack that person right when you do it, so it's actually very, very useful. You're also able to dash and then attack. So, for example, you could dash and then 1, 2, 3. Now, the amount of speed and the damage that your animal does, as well as the stamina and health, depends on this animal you're playing. Obviously, the bigger you get, the more health you have, but the less stamina you have, and the more damage you do. The other four buttons we have here, the 1, 2, 3, 4 are actually bind to the numbers on your keyboard 1, 2, 3, and 4. This middle bar right here will actually fill up red as you get more and more kills. Now, because you're getting more and more kills, you're actually going to be able to utilize your ultimate, and that is binded to the G key. To shift lock on PC, you actually need to click on the left control. Now, if you want to actually lock onto an opponent, you actually use the right click to do that on PC. That clears up the PC section, so now we're going to be moving on to the console section. Moving on to the console version. Now, for the first attack, normal 1 attack, 2 attack, 3 attack. It's just A. You just do them in rapid succession. Now, to run, you actually click the left stick down, and that is how you actually run. Now, I think that makes sense. To block, you actually press X. Now, obviously, it still has the same bar and everything. Now, to dash, you just press B, whether that is forwards or backwards. But to shift lock on console, you need to press the right D-pad button. To use your attacks, it's actually binded to the bumpers and triggers. Now, one is left bumper, and then the right bumper is actually the second attack. Then the left trigger is actually the third attack, and then finally the right trigger is the fourth attack. Now, I do think that makes sense. If you lay out your controller and look at them from the top, you basically go from left to right, up to down, and that's basically how you can remember your different things. Now, to use your ultimate, you actually use the left D-pad button. And to actually lock onto somebody, you use the Y button. But now that we're done with the console version, we're going to be talking about the mobile version. I think it's a lot more straightforward on the mobile version. The claw button means just your normal 1, 2, 3 attacks. Then the actual dash is this wind icon where you're able to go backwards, forwards, and all that. Now, this red button signifies the ultimate when you actually have the full bar charged. And then, obviously, the shield icon means you're blocking. Now, to run, all you have to do is just click this button, and then if you want to stop running, you want to press that. Now, if you actually want to shift lock, you just press on the left lock icon. Now, to actually do the individual special attacks, you actually have to click on them, and which kind of does suck, but it is fine. It's a simple version. Now that we're done just explaining the various inputs and how you're going to be fighting on all three platforms, we need to talk about some other things that are past that. Now, here's some general tips and just other things that you need to be focusing on. Now, obviously, everyone starts off with the dinosaur games, and that is the first dinosaur you go in. Now, when you first load into the game, there is no menu. You just go in automatically. Now, to get coins specifically, you can see on the bottom right how many coins you have. Now, right now, I have 500, and they're called Mesomarks. Now, Mesomarks you can actually buy in the shop with this little cart icon here for Robux if you don't want to do that. And there are also game passes, one being VIP and another being Kill Sound. Now, this game is still in its beta phase, so that means that there are going to be things. This game is still in development and has a lot of things to do, and obviously it gets a good amount of updates pretty quickly. The first thing you want to do is obviously just go in and find people to kill. Now, every time you hit somebody, you actually get 2 coins, as I will show you guys right here. Now, as you can clearly see, I hit him once and I got 2 coins right here. As you get more and more coins, you're actually going to be able to buy other species. Now, here right next to the card, you can see a dinosaur head. And if you click on the dinosaur head, you can clearly see the 6 species that we have in the game right now. Now, there's 2 in tier 1, 1 in tier 2, 1 in tier 3, 1 in tier 4, and 1 in tier 5, with there being 5 tiers, and tier 5 obviously being the highest one, and tier 1 being the lowest one. Now, the 6 species are Deinonychus, Pachycephalosaurus, Megalosaurus, Macrothorax, Therizinosaurus, and Spinosaurus. Now, each of these species had a different price and different abilities. The first thing I recommend you guys buying is the Macrothorax. This is arguably the best animal in the game, and each species has its own price. Macrothorax, as I have it unlocked, it doesn't showcase the price, but if you hover over it, it will show you the price. Now, Therizinosaurus is 3250. Spinosaurus is actually 4,000. Macrothorax is 2,500. Megalosaurus, I believe, is around 1,000 or 800. Pachycephalosaurus is 500. And then Deinonychus is just the starting animal you get no matter what. Now, obviously, the best thing you need to do is practice and practice. You're not going to get good by fighting if you don't even fight anybody. This game is very hectic, and there's going to be a lot of third party and many other people attacking you all at once. So you're going to have to figure out how to dash, how to run, and just figure out everything. Now, once you get out of combat, this symbol will actually prevent you from actually switching to another animal. Now, if you want to switch to another animal, it's as simple as going to this icon, clicking this, and then you will obviously get your spawn protection, which will prevent you from attacking and taking damage and running as well. Now, that is a very simple way, but it is very hectic when you walk in, and sometimes you spawn in front of opponents that are just ready to attack you the second that runs out, and you can't even run away from that. The best thing I believe for fighting is obviously getting some combos in with combining your normal attacks and then combining it with your second attacks. For example, if you were to play Spinosaurus, you could do the 1, 2, 3 and then hit them with the tail slap, which is for me would be the second attack, but it is different from Megalo, of course. Getting coins is fairly simple, and if I'm not mistaken, you actually get 200 coins for every kill you get. However, it could vary depending on the tier you kill and the species you get. Now, speaking more on tiers, just because they have different tiers doesn't mean you can't kill them. For example, a Deinonychus could kill a tier 3 Macrothorax, and then a tier 3 Macrothorax could kill a tier 5 Spinosaurus. Now, there are actually more customizations for these species, and clicking on this paintbrush icon allows you to see the price of different skins. Now, there are some actually limited skins that only came from the events, and the only limited skins right now, if I now believe, is because of the Christmas event that happened a few days ago. And that only lasted a week. It actually does seem to have a little bit of a glitch where if you don't close it, it will actually still appear even after you close everything. But there is a lot of things that you need to actually unlock, and these things can be a bit pricey. Now, it sucks that you aren't able to actually see the actual skin before you buy it, so that is a very big problem. I'm sure you can ask around the Discord server, which I will leave a link to below in the description. There are various different things you actually have to, and I think that this game is going to be really great when it fully comes out. Now, as time goes on, I'm sure we're going to be getting more events and more dinosaurs added in. As right now, we only have 6, but that is basically the premise of this game. But that's everything for me. Please let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments of this game. Do you guys like the game? Do you not like the game? I hope this guide actually helped you out in getting started, because I don't think I've seen anyone describe Mesozoic Rivalry and how to get started, so I wanted to actually help the community. But if you enjoyed the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. But that is everything for me, and I will see you guys later.